gaming collection, right? And how this is going to work is I'm going to show you guys the games, and then I'm going to show you guys the consoles and everything else. The reason you already see some of the consoles here is just because, I was able to put them on the bed. The ones that I already hooked up are hooked up at the TVs, and I'll show you those. I'll also show my accessories too. All the ones that I know I have out yet. There's some that I might miss. And this will be there will be an updated version of this where I will show the stuff I'm planning on buying in the near future. Anyway, let's get started. This is my Atari Retron collection. So this is my Atari Classic. It has the following games that I can read them. It has 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, Adventure 1, Adventure 2, Sea Battle, Aquarium. There's a few over here, but I don't really want to take this label off because whatnot. But I'm going to be streaming a thing where I play all my Atari games anyway in the future, so don't worry about it. But the ones I can show you is that Flag, Capture, Football, Frog Pond, Frontline, Fun with Numbers, Golf, Graviter, Hangman, Haunted House, Home Run, Bowling Breakout, and a lot more. I don't really want to read all these off, but I have a bunch of these. So there's that. That is my Atari stuff. The game console for the Atari is right over there. It's an Atari Classic. So it's a remade version of the Atari that is all, what's it called? Digital games built in. For the Xbox games, and the Switch games you see over there, let's start going through those. So for the Xbox games, the titles that I have Call of Duty Cold War, I have Destiny, I have Borderlands, Diablo, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. These are original Xbox, Xbox One, Xbox 360. Also for the Xbox One, I have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. For the 360, I have the Call of Duty Black Ops Trilogy, a spare copy of Black Ops 1. We got Call of Duty 2, COD Ghost, COD 3. One of my favorite fighting games, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. Kind of a cross between Injustice and Mortal Kombat. It's pretty fun. We got Lego Movie video game. Not my personal favorite Lego game, but one of the ones I like. One of my favorite ones to compete with friends in, Lego Star Wars 3. There's a battle mode that you can play where you get this whole type of battlefield thing. All of the battlefields for you to use. You can use the entirety of the army of the Jedi or the Sith and have a complete battlefield all to your own. Force Unleashed. This is a physical copy of it, but this is Force Unleashed 360 edition. This is the remaster of Force Unleashed that is also for the PS3 and the MacBook. It is a remake. Actually, this is the remake version because this plays very different than the normal one, which I'll show later. This is Spider-Man 1 for Xbox Original. We have Soul Calibur 4. We also have got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Black Ops again. For the PlayStation games, we'll roll along straight to that in just a second. Let me pick all of these up and put them back where I put them on the bed. Give me a second. There's a ton of them. For the PlayStation 2, so far, we got a copy of Battlefront 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, Star Wars Racing, Spider-Man again. Then this is, I believe, a PlayStation 1 game, and it's Motocross Mania. We got a PS3 game called Modern Warfare 2. In my opinion, better than the new version of it. We got Black Ops 2. I'm not sure which game this is. Let me open it real quick. That's an Xbox One game. That's Battlefront, though. Call it for Xbox One over there. PlayStation 2's Pirates of the Caribbean. This is not a movie remake. This is its own story. This is The Legend of Jack Sparrow. It is basically its own addition to the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. Soul Calibur 3, PlayStation 2 edition. Final Fantasy 12, Yeah, that's 12 because it's XII. And then we got Metal Gear Solid 2, a very solid game indeed, pun intended. Another copy of Battlefront 2, PlayStation. And then Devil May Cry 2, both Disc 1 and Disc 2. Rolling right on along to the next games that we got. If I can get there in just a second, put all these back over to here. Following up, just so you know, we have the DS video game console, DS Lite variation, the 2DS, one of 4 of mine. For the GameCube games, we'll get to the Wii games in a second. When I open this, 1 second. For my games in the GameCube pouch, we have, if I can get the thing to open, Mira 2 Freestyle Bike BMX, ATV Squad Power Racing. One of my favorite games of all time right here, or at least when it comes to nostalgia, playing it with my dad. It's a very underrated title. We have Tai. It actually has a Mario Kart style mode as a bonus game in it. Lego Star Wars, the video game. Soul Calibur 2 GameCube Edition. This is my personal favorite edition because Link's in it. But for Soul Calibur 4, I like how Yoda's in the Xbox One. But I like the PlayStation 1 better because it's got Darth Vader in it. So we got COD 2 Big Red One, spin-off of COD 2. We got Call of Duty Finest Hour. Not my finest hour of gaming, but it's still a good game. My personal childhood favorite shooting game, Sarge's Wars. You play as those little army toy soldiers that you normally play with as toys, and that's who you play as. It's a really cool game. One of my favorite Zelda games, albeit underrated, Link's Crossbow Training. Only a game demo, but one of the funnest games I've played. Based upon this game, Zelda Twilight Princess. Not my favorite version of it. I like it more on the GameCube. But it's still great to play on the Wii. We got Wii Sports. Then this is a unique experience for Call of Duty. It truly gives you control of the game. If you're playing it with a Wii gun, playing it with a Wii remote sucks. But with a Wii gun, it feels like you're actually there in the battlefield because you actually got to aim and do everything you would do with a real rifle to shoot things. And the ingenuity of the controls for this is way ahead of its time. If you get the chance to play it with an actual Wii gun, strongly recommend. Rock Band, one of the main game. I also have the controllers and everything for this. I'll show that in a second. I have one of my favorite fighting games of my childhood. This is the first game that I speed ran. Beat it within 1 session. Did it on Grandmaster mode. It was really fun. $17.99, and that's still from when the day I bought it. Clone Wars Lightsaber Duels. You go through the first couple seasons of the Clone Wars. We got Track Volume Pack 1 for Rock Band. One of the best Mario games ever made, Mario Galaxy. And I don't know if it's in this case or the other case, but I also have Mario Galaxy 2. And then another one of the best video games ever fucking made in existence. We have Mario Sunshine. These are my GameCube games. I do not have it for the Wii U anymore, but I still have the case for some odd reason. I use it as an extra case. But I do have this on the Switch, and that includes Bowser's Fury. I haven't played this game yet, but I bought it, and I'm wanting to play it soon. Monster Hunter Tri. One of the funnest games and one of the most culturally advanced games. Truly wonderful. If you speak another language, this game kind of will hit you with the feels because this game represents each individual fighter's culture very well, and each character speaks their own native tongue to the native level. Black Ops for the Wii. Truly a fun experience with a Wii gun. If you want to play zombies in a way that you'll never forget, then it's extremely awesome to play. My favorite way of playing zombies. Wii gun with Black Ops 1. A unique way of playing COD World at War, although I do not think this has zombies in it. But it might. I'm not sure. I haven't played it yet. But it's a very unique way. I haven't played it. I might have played this before, but not in a while. But Call of Duty World at War is one of my favorite games. Recommend for the PC, though, because you get custom zombies. Super Mario All-Stars. Can't go wrong with this. It is a classic pack of 4 amazing Mario games. We have Wii Play, an amazing Wii game title featuring many game modes. My personal favorite being Wii Tanks. Rock Band Pack 2. Have 2 copies of that. Of course, the set of had Mario Galaxy 2. We got Super Mario Smash Bros. Brawl. Now, I know that most of these say the T rating on it, but there is one that has the M rating on it. A buddy of mine owns that. That's super rare. This is a Nintendo Select copy of it, of Galaxy 2. And then my favorite Mario game on the Wii, other than Galaxy, but my favorite Mario game of all time when it comes to story, and a game that has not aged at all graphically since it came out. Like, you look at gameplay of this, and then you look at a Switch game, this looks like it's on the Switch from how good the graphics are. It is an amazing, amazing Mario game. Super Paper Mario, strongly recommend. Moving on to the DS games. We'll get to the Switch games in a bit, because I'll get to that when I'm showing case. Hold on. All right, back. We have Donkey Kong Land, SpongeBob something, SquarePants Lost Spatula. That's actually a fun game. Bart versus the Juggernauts. That's an interesting Simpsons game. One of my favorite Pokemon games of all time, Pokemon Gold. Then for my ROM hack collection for the Pokemon, we have Pokemon Ultraviolet. Better than normal Violet is. Pokemon, I forget what this one's called. Resolute version. That's basically Gen 3 and Gen 7 blended together. We have Star Wars The Attack of the Clones. Or style game. It's called New Droid Army. And then I think if you turned it around, there's another game on the back, but don't quote me on that one. So, Pokemon Sapphire Edition. Also one of my favorite Pokemon games. A game that's having its remake or port come to Switch soon. Luigi's Mansion. Got this game day one, almost 10 years ago. Pirates of the Caribbean DS Edition. Another copy of Luigi's Mansion. This being the Nintendo Select version. Got this one a little bit later on. Still in the package, I haven't opened it yet. The Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. Truly a wonderful game. An amazing game. All of these Mario & Luigi games, you got thousands of hours in them. Well, not thousands of hours in this one, but most of them. Mario & Luigi Dream Team. This game is amazing. It's a unique experience like no other. This game is difficult, but back in the day, it really took the 3DS functions to the max because you can get unique special items depending on features exclusive to your DS. I forgot to showcase this game. It's in a Wii case, but it's an Xbox 360 game. It is Lego Batman 1. I will be getting Lego Batman 2 and 3 later on. We have one of my not bad Lego games, but one of my least favorite of them, but it's still an amazing experience. We have the 3DS version of Lego Marvel. Very unique experience because it's the only Lego game that has linear level design that you can actually die in and game over in. Normally in Lego games, you have infinite lives and you just run around and play through the level. This one, you can run out of lives and have to restart the level from a checkpoint. A game that I grew up playing a lot, Mario 3D Land. I remember when 3D World came out, and my family thought it was just a port of this, but we were surprised when 3D World was its own adventure. An underrated and hated game at the time that evolved over time to be loved. Paper Mario Sticker Star, a great game. Not as good as Super Paper Mario or 1000 Year Door 64, but still a good game. The new Yoshi's Island, very fun experience. Although for the longest time, I didn't remember if I played this version or the DS Yoshi's Island, but that's a very different game. This is one of the games my dad has. I haven't really played this one, but this was one my dad used to play on his DS when he had him. We have Dark Motives. And then we have Horzes, Ubisoft. I haven't really played these that much. I don't remember them, but they're games that my dad and mom used to play. Moving on, we have the DS version of Lego Batman. We have Marvel Squad. Let me open this one up. See what's in here. Oh, nothing. That's an empty case. We have the DS version of Lego Harry Potter. One of the most unique experiences in any Lego game. Truly plays like no other. And if you haven't played the DS version of Lego Harry Potter, years 1 through 4, its gameplay is entirely different than 5 through 7. Kind of just plays like the main console one. All right, I just showed you guys cars we have for the DS. This is what I use for my Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Thank God I didn't actually get the actual normal case. But Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga for the 3DS, I also have a digital copy of the original on my Switch. Plus Bowser's Minions is really fun on this. But I kind of prefer the original and how you could swap between Mario and Luigi more, and the glitches are in the original, and how the original is a two-player. But the remake is really well done. We have Plants vs. Zombies DS Edition, a very fun version of the game with its own unique quirks and extra content that is not present in the normal version. We have Lego Batman 2, The Superheroes. This game's also on the GameCube, one of my childhood favorites. It is SpongeBob SquarePants and the Nicktoons Globs of Doom. Played this a lot. It's really great on every game it's on. Also, remember how you go to like hospitals or any hospital restaurants that were like fast food places or anything like that, or doctor's appointments area, and they used to have the GameCube version of that everywhere when I was younger. Ben 10, this game's there's also a GameCube equivalent to this, but Protectors of the Earth, this is a fun game, but it definitely has its issues. But it is definitely a game worth playing if you like Ben 10. The DS version of Mario 64, a very amazing game. Truly a unique remake. Strongly recommend for anyone. Mario Party DS, one of the best Mario Party games ever made. 2 more copies of Mario 64 DS. The thing that started the new generation of Mario games, New Super Mario Bros. Fun game, I strongly recommend. Mario & Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Really amazing remake. Gonna play remaster. I'm gonna play more of this in my free time. This is one of the games that I played so much. I've played more than Smash Bros. I love this game. Not this necessarily the version of it. I haven't played this one much, but I played the original a lot. Speaking of the original, here's the original on the DS. My same cartridge and copy that I got all the way back in 2011. Or 8, no, or 10, I think is when I got that one actually. This one, let me open it up, see what's in here. Oh, that was hard to open. We have the DS version of Deal or No Deal. Fun game to play in my free time. Pet Shop, this is an interesting game, but not really my personal favorite. Bose Blast, this is another one of my biological mom's collections. Most of these are. But here is a game that I liked a little bit, SimCity Creator. Some of these games I forgot I actually had. And then let's go through the last of these mystery cases. We have Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Crystal Skull. I'm hoping that they make a new Lego game for Lego Indiana Jones 5. We'll totally buy that in a heartbeat. But that is one of my favorite games. And then Lego Lord of the Rings. I actually preferred the DS version over the main console version for a while, because when I was a kid, the DS version was easier. But as I've grown older, I've liked the console version a lot. But the console version is more for completionists of gamers than normal ones. And then that's the case I already showed. And that would be concluding the DS games. Moving right along, after I put these back in a somewhat decent order. Preferably, we're going to put the Mario ones in the back. Gonna have to fix these after we're done. Moving right along to the Nintendo 64 games, we have Smash Remix and a modified version of Smash Bros. That adds extra characters and new maps, a lot of new maps. We have GoldenEye 007 with Mario skins. It adds Mario levels as maps you can play on for multiplayer and Mario characters. We have Legend of Zelda: The Mask Quest, a harder version of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Not Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask. The main difference is that the timer is faster, and some of the level design has been changed. You can't see this, but this is a ROM hack collection of 3 Super Mario 64 ROMs. In this collection, there is Mario 64 Sapphire Edition, there is Mario 64 Doki Doki, and Mario 64 The Missing Stars. Among that, there's 10 Super Nintendo and Nintendo games. I don't remember what's all on this, but there's that. These are still packaged because I recently moved here from my previous job location. So they're still packaged from when I moved. Up here, though, we have Pokemon Stadium Kaizo. Pokemon Stadium, but really, really fucking hard. Never thought I'd see a Pikachu use every type of move other than electric. We have the original Super Smash Bros., but it's modified to include 10 NES games and Super Nintendo games. We have an 8-pack collection ROM hack series. This ROM hack 8-in-1 includes A Link to the Past normal mode, Goddess of Wisdom, the Parallel Worlds remodel, and then we have DX of the deluxe version of A Link to the Past. We have A Link to the Past Master Quest, and then Bullshit Adventure 1 and 2 for Legend of Zelda. A Legend of Zelda Third Quest. All of these extremely fun. And then we have a physical copy of an normally only digital game, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Mode. Normally only exists in the GameCube version of that game. That comes along in a pack with Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. But now a physical copy of just the mod. On here we have the Super Mario Omega. It is a hybrid between a traditional Mario style and a Super Mario World style of Mario game. Another Super Mario World style game, though, is we have the Return to Dinosaur Land. This is a really hard one, but it's super fun. Oh, well, this one was Return to Dino Land. The other one was something else, but they're both really similar, though. This is another fun one, though. I think what's the one this one is? No. This is Return to Dinosaur Land, and this is Second Reality Project. Second Reality Project, this is a super fucking fun one. Strong recommendation if you get the chance to play it. The Lost Adventures Part 2. This is extremely good. It is the pinnacle of Mario ROMs. This game literally takes entire other Super Nintendo games and turns games into singular Mario levels. They have a Castlevania level that they converted to being into Mario. They have a Metroid level, and then they have a bunch of other games too. And then this is Super Mario Bros. Invaders of the Mushroom Kingdom. Most of these play like Super Mario World. The main difference is this one right here plays like a mix of Yoshi's Island, Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario World. This is not a ROM. It is a gaming collection of 110. I will boot this up in a later video, but it basically has, off the top of my head, I know it has all the main Mario games for Super Nintendo. Earthbound, has Mortal Kombat games, has Street Fighter, has Indiana Jones, the Star Wars games, and a wide variety of other Super Nintendo games. I don't know if I'll boot this up in the stream, but I'll definitely boot this up at a later date to showcase this. We have Super Mario Bros. The Lost Adventures Part 1. Just a bit. And then there's Part 3 right here. Unless I did that out of order. But basically, they're all part of the same amazing ROM that is one of the best ever. If you love Final Fantasy, you'll love this right here. Final Fantasy VII NES remake. There is a PlayStation remake for PS4, but this is a fan-made game. This game is extremely hard, but it is a faithful recreation of Final Fantasy VII on an NES. The people who made this remade a game that required 3 discs on the original PlayStation, and they made all of it into one singular cartridge. And this game is fucking fantastic. It is just as good as your normal Final Fantasy VII, but even better in a lot of ways. The only downside is it is harder, and I mean a lot harder, and there is not the same limit break system that's in 7. But other than that, it is Final Fantasy VII, but if it had been made on the NES. Level design is entirely amazing, and I would recommend this for any hardcore Final Fantasy fans. And even casual ones if you enjoy it. Another copy of Super Mario Bros. Or something, rather. I can't actually see this one. But this is another Mario ROM. This is a Mario ROM as well, but it is for the NES. I haven't got to play this one yet, but it is kind of like a mix of Mario Bros. 3 and Mario Bros. 2, as in Doki Doki Panic. But, because, you know, Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels is the Japan Lost Levels in Mario Bros. 2, and that plays like the 8-bit one, but Doki Doki Panic was reskinned to a Mario game in the US because original Mario Bros. 2 Lost Levels was too hard to play. That concludes my NES, Super Nintendo, and N64 collection. Moving right along to the Switch collection. The physical copies, not that many. I gave a lot of them to my parents. We have Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, the prequel sequel to Final Fantasy, and it's a remake too. We have Super Mario Maker 2, and of course Smash Bros. Ultimate, as you see me play a lot. Sonic Colors Ultimate, Paper Mario the Origami King. I don't actually have this game anymore. I gave it to a friend, but Fire Emblem Warriors, I have the case for it. One of my favorite collections of all time, most played Lego game, Lego Harry Potter collection. Not my favorite Lego game, but a really fun one. Star Wars Skywalker Saga. An amazing Zelda adventure. We have Zelda Breath of the Wild. We got Minecraft, Mortal Kombat 11, Jump Force, Five Nights at Freddy's. As I said earlier, we have Mario 3D World. Then we have Xenoblade Chronicles right here, Definitive Edition. Although it's kind of an odd title because I prefer the 3DS version when it comes to the side modes. But this has a sequel story to it, which is really cool. And the gameplay and graphics are like no other. Don't have a copy of this, but I have the case of it, or whatever. Star Wars Battlefront. And this is a fun game when I used to play on my PSP, but I don't have a PSP anymore. Well, that concludes the main games for that. Whatnot. That is most of my game collection. But my digital game collection will, when I open my Switch up. My digital game collection includes the Super Nintendo console, the NES console, the Game Boy Advance console, and you can look up what games are included on these. The N64 console, that includes Paper Mario, Mario 64, GoldenEye, Pokemon Stadium, a bunch of other Nintendo 64 games. I have My Hero Academias, One Justice 1 and 2, one of my personal favorite indie horror games, and one of the ones that Markiplier played just after his Amnesia playthrough, and just before his Five Nights at Freddy's playthrough, Mad Father. We have my parkour fighter game, one of my favorites, Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl. We have The Legend of Zelda: Age of Calamity, Apex Legends, Brawlout, Captain Toad, and then, of course, Crash Bandicoot Racing. We got Street Fighter, the 30th Anniversary Collection, Terraria, Final Fantasy VIII, Kirby Fighters. I don't own this game anymore, but I played it. That's no longer available to play. Realm Royale, that's a fun game. And then the Sega Collection. This has most of the known Sega Genesis games on it. And then One Piece Warriors. Then I have Saints Row. Doom, I have a physical copy of, but that's under the Switch. I'll show that in a second. Assassin's Creed. Played a little bit of Pikmin 4, but I don't really own it. Burnout Paradise, one of the best racing games ever. Amnesia, the Amnesia Collection. Includes all 3 Amnesia games. This right here is a card game / strategy battle game. Super fun, especially if you like Magic and stuff like that. Resident Evil 0. I don't own this game, but I've played it before. Vigor is fun. Or Vigor, however you say that. Then Outlast 1, one of the best horror games ever. The old games. They aren't really super bad, but not super great either. Pokemon, yeah, that's not a game, that's a streaming service. I got the Triangle Strategy. Octopath Traveler is somewhere over here. I know that's somewhere. This is a demo, though. This is also a demo of Kingdom Hearts Melody Memory. I got chess on there. I got Pokemon United, and then I have one of the Fatal Fury games. I think it's Fatal Fury 2. That's just a demo, and that's just a demo too. I got Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, the original Resident Evil, Wolfenstein. That's just a online copy, but you have to have someone who in your friend list has a real copy of it to play it. That's a fun game. I haven't played it much. This is Like Mod Father right here. Just a demo of Resident Evil 8 or 7. Splatoon 3, played that, but I don't own it anymore. GarageBand, just a demo. This is just a collection of Game Boy games. It has a bunch of Kirby games, a bunch of Mario games, and stuff like that. Dauntless. I would open up these, but as of the time of recording, my phone is very low. In another video, I'll go through those. Or you can just simply look up what games are included. For my game consoles, these are my game consoles of current that I have on this side. Those two Nintendo and Super Nintendos, those are Retrons, Hypixel Company Retrons. That is a first-party N64. There's a Wii. I have Super Nintendo remotes, 2 each. And then an NES remote. And then 2 N64 remotes. Third-party GameCube remote. 4 Wii remotes. And Wii wheels, I have 2 of. That's a GameCube, but I got to get it working again. The disc reader doesn't work. I have an Xbox One, but I also got to get that one checked out because it doesn't work 100%. But that's my other controller. I don't know where this is, but there is a stick that is a hard drive that has some extra Atari games on it. And that's the controller for it. In here, there is my extra cords and my Xbox. Over here is my Atari Entertainment System Classic and my PlayStation 2. And then my other DSs are in there. For my controllers for Rock Band, I have the drum set, including the sticks, the microphone, and then the normal guitar, not the bass guitar. And of course, I have the adapters for it. Well, there you have it. There's my gaming collection. I don't have time to show all my digital ones. I showed the emulators that I have on the Switch. You can look up what is on those. Everyone who has emulators has access to all of those games. And any of the games that I didn't list, I either missed or I do not own anymore. But as of now, that is all of my games. And thank you very much for watching my game collection video. And I will see you guys in the next actual gaming video. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comment section or the stream what one of these games you want to see me play. And we'll get to it. Thank you guys very much for watching.